Yo, what's going on guys? I'm the Anime Top Scholar, and today we're back with round 2 of the Retro Recommendation series. So, just like last time, I'm gonna go through 4 decades split up into 4 videos, starting with the early 2000s and going back all the way to the 70s. The rules are the same as they were in the first round. Something must be at least 15 years old to be considered retro, which only really applies to this video, where I'm talking about shows from the early 2000s. The second rule is that the 3 shows I recommend has to be of different popularity. So one has to be really popular, the next one less popular, and the third one fairly unknown. So, without any further delay, let's just jump into these recommendations. Up first, we have the popular pick for this list, and that is FLCL, or Fooly Cooly. This 6-episode OVA was produced by Studio Gainax and Production IG, and the main director and creator is Kazuya Tsurumaki, who's also directed the Evangelion Rebuild movies. The story of FLCL follows Naoto Nandaba, an ordinary 6th grader living in a city where nothing amazing ever seems to happen. After his brother Tasuku leaves town to play baseball in America, Naoto takes it upon himself to look after everything Tasuku left behind. From his top bunk bed to his ex-girlfriend Mamimi Samejima, who hasn't stopped clinging to Naoto since Tasuku left. Little does Naoto know, however, that his mundane existence is on the verge of being changed forever. Enter Haruko Haruhara, a Vespa-riding, bass guitar-wielding, pink-haired psychopath whose first encounter with Naoto leaves him with tire tracks on his back and a giant horn on his head. Though all he wants is some peace and quiet, when Haruko takes up residence at his parents' home, Naoto finds himself dragged into the heart of the greatest battle for supremacy that Earth, and quite possibly the entire universe, has ever seen. Now, I assume that most people have at least heard of FLCL before, if they haven't already watched it. Its popularity is thankfully not unwarranted, as this 6-episode OVA really delivers, both in terms of amazing music provided to us by the Pillows, but also with its bizarre and surreal story and animation that backs it up. FLCL is just a fun watch all the way through, as well as a show that I highly recommend people check out if for some reason you haven't seen it already. You can, however, stay away from the 2 new FLCL series. They just aren't worth it. Up next, we have a movie that, despite its pedigree, seems to be fairly overlooked among the anime community. I'm of course talking about the movie Steam Boy. This 2-hour-long movie was produced by Studio 4 Degrees Celsius and Sunrise, and was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo, who is obviously the director and original creator behind a certain infamous 80s anime known as Akira. The story follows Ray, a young wonder child inventor living in Victorian England. His life is turned upside down when he receives a special package hailing from the United States, sent by his grandfather, Lloyd Steam. The package contains a device called a steam ball, a device so powerful that it can drive any machine that requires steam with a nearly limitless amount of energy. Ray is instructed to not let the steam ball fall into the wrong hands, which include the mighty O'Hara Foundation, who desperately want to bring the steam ball back into their control so they can achieve their less than noble goals. He will need to use every bit of his brilliance in order to dodge the countless goons that are sent to snatch the device from him. It will be a battle between good and evil, a battle for redemption, a battle for the future. Steam Boy is over 2 hours of steampunk goodness brought to us by the genius mind behind Akira. Production and animation wise, this movie is fantastic to look at, with lots of attention to detail. That said, the plot in this movie can be a bit weak at times. Certain things are not explained as well as they could be at times, but it's not a big enough problem that the movie suffers all that much. If you're into steampunk settings, then do yourself a favor and give this movie a chance. It's not perfect, but it's still a really enjoyable watch. Last but not least, we have the 13-episode TV series called Nia Under 7. This show was produced by Studio Triangle staff and was directed by Tomokazu Tokoro, who was the chief director, and Takuya Sato. Tomokazu Tokoro has also directed shows like Haibane Renmei and Hellsing Ultimate, while Takuya Sato has also directed Armitage 3 Polymatrix. Nia Under 7 is based off a doujin manga made by Yoshitoshi Abe. The story is set in the 21st century. Aliens have arrived on Earth and live among humans. In sleepy Enohana, the dirt-poor student Chigasaki Mayuko finds herself living together with Nia, a low-caste Under 7 alien. While Mayuko struggles diligently to make ends meet, Nia seems to be totally unconcerned with the consequences of her actions. As the odd couple throws off the expected sparks, the wrecked alien mothership looms in the background. Okay, so this is a bit of an out there recommendation. Not just because it's a weird show, but because it's a sort of sci-fi comedy. And we all know that comedy is pretty subjective. But I want to highlight Nia Under 7 still. Because for as strange as it can be, there are some genuine moments of nice storytelling, with elements such as how people are separated by their class or societal status. This is what in my opinion elevates Nia Under 7 to more than just a comedy anime. Though do keep in mind that it is still largely just that, a comedy anime. So those were my recommendations for this episode of Retro Anime Recommendations. I hope between FLCL, Steam Boy, and Nia Under 7 you found something that sounded interesting to you. And if you did, don't forget to tell me which anime sounded more interesting to you, if any, in the comments. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more anime related content from the Anime Top Scholar. Peace.